Motorola's Edge phones are best if you're looking for Motorola phones with sleek screens, great design, good cameras, long battery life, or the latest Android OS. Here is the list of the best select Motorola Edge smartphones in 2026. 1. Motorola Edge 40 Pro. The Motorola Edge 40 Pro is by far the best Motorola Edge series smartphone ever released. The company has kept all the latest specifications, including Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, ample RAM and storage, and a bright screen with a high refresh rate. The camera isn't the best, but it's perfect, and the sensor's versatility and raw capture capabilities allow you to tweak everything it offers. 2. Motorola Edge 30 Ultra. After producing several excellent mid-range Edge phones, Motorola delivered a massive surprise in Edge 30 Ultra. Performance can keep up with flagships that cost hundreds of dollars more. The OLED display supports a buttery smooth 144 Hz refresh rate that's color accurate, and the 25-hour battery life is the best we've tested. Even if the battery is depleted, the bundled 125-watt fast charger can fully recharge the battery in just 20 minutes. However, there are some problems. The camera isn't as great as the rest of the package, and its weather resistance is limited to IP52, which doesn't offer as much protection as other flagships. Still, it's hard to focus too much on these minor issues when the Edge 30 Ultra offers many flagship qualities at a low price. 3. Motorola Edge. The Motorola Edge is still a premium choice. You get high-end specs for the mid-range Edge series price point to handle your productivity or gaming needs. Starting with the Snapdragon 778G chipset, combined with 8 GB of memory, the Motorola Edge impresses. You can play your favorite games seamlessly and flawlessly. The Snapdragon 888 could have been better, but Motorola's choice of processors for the Edge pushes the limits of the device. The Motorola Edge also includes a killer camera system. The rear section features a set of 3 cameras capable of taking 108 megapixels, wide, 8 megapixels, ultra-wide, and 2 megapixels, depth photos. You'll love the 32-megapixel camera for selfies, too. The most significant difference between Motorola Edge Pro and Edge is the internal storage and battery. It still lacks expandable memory, but Edge uses 256 gigabytes for ample storage. The battery capacity has also been improved to 5,000 milliampere hours. 4. Motorola Edge Plus. Motorola Edge Plus is the most potent Motorola phone from the Edge series. The design and the Snapdragon 865 chip are still powerful enough today. As the name suggests, the Edge Plus features a dramatically curved 90 Hz OLED screen that's visually pleasing, and Motorola's palm rejection software is good enough to mitigate most accidental palm touches. The quad camera system makes headlines with its 108-megapixel camera to capture 6K, detail-rich photos, and the 3D TOF sensor works with a 3x telephoto zoom lens to create pleasing portraits. The 16-megapixel ultra-wide angle isn't flashy, but it can shoot expansive landscapes. The Motorola Edge Plus is the latest Motorola flagship 2026, combining a Snapdragon 865 with a stunning large RAM of 12 gigabytes. The 256 gigabytes is enough to keep your things. 5. Motorola Edge 30 Fusion. The Motorola Edge 30 Fusion holds its own as Motorola's best mid-range Edge series smartphone so far in 2026. A big part of it is the design, with a slim profile and glass-coated back that looks and feels more premium than the usual chunky plastic. The display delivers this level of quality with a stylishly curved OLED panel that offers a 144 Hz refresh rate and excellent color accuracy. The performance and camera aren't outstanding, but they're competitive enough for this price, and the battery lasted 19 hours in our tests. It has 68 watts of fast charging that came with the phone, which is still decent enough to go from dead to complete in about 40 minutes. 6. Moto Edge 20. Motorola's recently unveiled Moto Edge 20 is our newest pick of the best Motorola Edge smartphones list. It features a 6.7-inch AMOLED Full HD Plus display with a 20:9 aspect ratio. Smartphones support a 144 Hz refresh rate. The handset also comes with IP52 certification for water resistance. One of the most prominent features of the Edge smartphone is the 108-megapixel primary camera on the back. It supports 5G. It runs native Android 11 and is powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 778G processor. It comes with 128 gigabytes of storage and 8 gigabytes of RAM. The smartphone comes with a side-mounted fingerprint reader. Under the hood is a 4,000 mAh battery that supports 30-watt turbo power charging. 7. Motorola Edge. 20. Light Motorola Edge. Light Mobile offers benefits such as a pleasing 6.7-inch 90 Hz OLED display with a resolution of 1080 by 2400 pixels and an aspect ratio of 20:9. The Motorola Edge Lite on the backpacks, a triple camera setup featuring a 108-megapixel primary camera with an f1.9 aperture and a pixel size of 0.7 microns, a 16-megapixel camera with an f2.2 aperture and a pixel size of 1 micron, an 8-megapixel camera with an f2.4 aperture and a pixel size of 1 micron. The rear camera setup has autofocus. It has a single front camera setup for selfies and has a 32-megapixel sensor with an f2.25 aperture and a pixel size of 0.7 microns. Motorola Edge Lite is powered by an octa-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 778G processor. It comes with 8 gigabytes of RAM. Motorola Edge Lite runs Android 11 and is powered by a 4,020 mAh battery. Motorola Edge Lite supports exclusive fast charging. 8. Motorola Edge 20 Pro. You can assume that Motorola is the best of the Edge 20 trio that Motorola introduced to each other in mid-2026. The Edge 20 Pro is the current flagship of the Motorola Edge series with a Qualcomm Snapdragon 870 chipset and 12 gigabytes of RAM. You will get 256 gigabytes of internal memory to store your memories and views on a 6.7-inch OLED display with FHD plus resolution. The unit is well built and has Corning Gorilla Glass 5 on the front and back with an aluminum frame in between. It is IP52, rated for dust and water resistance. On the camera module, the Edge 20 Pro places a large 108-megapixel primary sensor and combines it with 8-megapixel 5x telephoto with folded optics and 16-megapixel ultra-wide for zoom. In video mode, the primary camera can record clips in up to 8K resolution at 24 frames per second. You can choose between 30 and 60 frames per second in 4K and full HD resolutions. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe to our channel.